Welcome to Kolorflow Conversations, where we flow freely, speak boldly, and connect colorfully. I am you, Keisha, and this is.
Takesha.
Listen, I'm feeling under the weather. She probably.
You look good though. Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, I put this together in like the last 10 minutes so quickly because I don't ever want to look like what I'm going through.
I do.
Yes, yeah. But I remember even when I was going through my divorce and my mother had her stroke, a friend of mine like said to me like, you would never know that you are going through so much at the same time because and not purposely, but I just don't want to, so that's just my thing though. But I'm sure
I think that most women, at least most women that I know, most women in my family are like that. Like they
really.
never look like that. Like it's almost like an unspoken rule, but I'm the black sheep, so I look like what I go through.
Yeah,
So I look
yeah.
like hell right now because I'm going through hell right now. I just can't.
Do you think it's like being fake to what you feel?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with how I do it. And there's nothing wrong with how you do it, but
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I
Yeah,
understand.
so to me, it's just like I'm presenting myself as something that I'm truly not in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't raised like that, but I never listened to how I was raised because my mom was like that. Like you would never
No,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. But my mom wouldn't go to the corner store without,
The lipstick on.
yeah.
My mother was the same way though. And maybe it's funny because we probably take on different traits of our parents. But I think that's probably something I took from my mother because she would sit in the house and I go over there and I'd be like, why you got lipstick on? Where you going? She was like, nowhere. Like she just wanted to
Yeah.
feel, I guess good for her and her husband
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But yeah, because you would never know that I literally was in the bed like up and all through the night. Then today I took my daughter to school, came home, got in the bed, and I literally set an alarm because I was like, we got to do the podcast. And sat up in the bed like, I do not feel like it today. And this has probably been the first day in the year we've been doing it that I didn't feel like, but I was like, somebody probably needs to hear the message today because I don't feel like it. So that's me. But yesterday I literally thought, um, I had this feeling because even though I was sick, I still had to keep doing everything. And that was my moment of feeling like I wish I had help because I was doing drop offs and pickups and waiting and going here and doing, and I was just like, oh, and my body was just beginning to feel weaker and weaker. And it was just like, this is not how it's supposed to be, where you don't have and I know I could call somebody, but just a partner to say, hey, you don't feel well, I'll take care of it. And, you know, my daughter knew I wasn't feeling well when I picked her up last night from the final stop from her rehearsal. She was like, what are we going to do for dinner? I looked at her, said, you going to figure it out. I'm going to bed. And just the things that we do for our children, though, because I could have said, you're not going nowhere because I don't feel well. But the things that we push through and do for our children as mothers is another level for especially the women I know. So yeah, that's my spiel about what I.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's just I wanted some help in that moment. I wanted somebody to be like, I got you, and yeah. It's funny. I was looking at a TikTok today, and it was like, we're all daddy's little girls when it comes to God. And I was like, she said, the girls, I just realized we daddy's little girls because when you look in the Bible, he always made the men come down the mountain or do something to talk to him, but he always went to the women or sent the angel. And he was always a gentleman. And I was just like, whoo, that just made me feel some type of way. Like, why am I going to accept somebody not being a gentleman to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When he didn't always care. I was like, I am daddy's little girl because I ain't never feel like I was daddy's little girl.
Yeah, nah. I think once I got older, I did, but growing up, I was not daddy's little girl. My sister was most definitely daddy's little girl. I was my mama's baby until I wasn't.
Well, when you got grown?
Nah, when her granddaughter came and took over.
Oh, that be the thing about those, like the grandparents. They do the grandkids differently from us. I know my mother and father, they were good parents, but when them grandkids came, they could do no wrong, and they didn't. Even now, as they get older, I just feel like saying they, but my mom not here no more. But even my father, I'd be looking like, did you say something about that? And be like, well,
it's always, well,
Yeah, well, I'm like,
my dad's favorite line is, oh, well. It's like it happened, oh, well.
That's what he say?
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, well. So we not going to talk about it? Like, ain't no trouble, ain't no follow through. It's just, oh, well. I ain't never get no, oh, well.
I was about to say, you didn't get
Let me not say that. Because, I didn't really do nothing wrong. I waited till I was 18 to get pregnant, and that was my wrong to them. But growing up, I really followed the rules.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't skip school or anything like that?
I skipped school, I think, like once or twice, but I didn't do that until like my senior year.
And it probably was a senior skip day?
I don't think we had them. But
so you didn't do.
But overall, like, I think as far as skipping school, that was about it. And honestly, the type of parents I had, if I wanted to be like, I didn't want to go to school today, it would have been like, well, don't go.
Really?
Yeah.
But you went all the time.
I went all the time, and school was important to me. Like making the grade and getting good grades. So I think that that's probably why, like, if I wanted to miss school, it wasn't big deal.
Why at such a young age do you believe it was so important to you? Because a lot of kids don't feel that way. Like they don't understand the importance of it.
I don't know what it is about me of wanting to please my parents.
Okay.
I never want to let my parents down. I'm still that now as an adult. I never want to let them down. So when I make decisions or do things, like growing up, I always thought about like how my parents would feel about this. Up until, like I said, when I decided that I wanted to have a baby, and I made one and got one. But other than that, yeah, like everything was like, oh no, my mama gonna be mad. Like they're gonna be disappointed.
Kids
so
don't
I
think like
was
that.
striving to please my parents.
Wow.
Yeah, and I feel like they were strict too, but I also feel like I lost a lot of my childhood because of that. So things that other, teenagers and stuff experienced, I didn't experience, and I didn't push it. Like, when I waited to the last minute to ask my mom, be like, oh no, I want to go to prom. And she was just like, well, you waited too late. I didn't throw a fit or it was just like, okay. And I just moved on and didn't go to prom. Yeah, I didn't really like give them any problems.
That's really interesting. Because so many,
like, I didn't want to get my driver's license, and they forced me to go to driver's training. They brought that car home. I was working co-op, so it was just like, you got to pay $100. I still remember $130. And I just, like, these were things that I was just like, I didn't even want no car. Now I got this car that I didn't want, and I got to pay for it. Like, what is life? But I just did as I was told.
That kind of taught you the life skills of how you are now, though, when they did that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of kids don't get those skills. I'm working on that with my son now, but that really was the way made you the way you are now. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. My sister and I talk about this all the time. We recently talked about it this week. Ironically, that our conversation went here today, but yeah, because I was just like, they really like molded me into who I am.
So did
today.
you think that they were, I don't want to use the word wrong, and does it affect how you make decisions with your child because of that?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
did not think that they were wrong. I'm gonna use wrong because I'm a child and can. But until I watched how they did with my sister, because it was just like, oh, I couldn't do any of that, you know. And again, she pushed back. I didn't push back. And a lot of stuff she just did because she wanted to, where mine was like, you know how the basics, right and wrong. So it was just like, if it was wrong, it was just like, I didn't do it. And I'm not trying to say I was perfect. You know, I did do little things like I remember drinking in high school, but I never to the point to where I was drunk.
Yeah, you tried it.
I tried it.
Yeah.
You know, so I tried some things, but
and you
I
was
never
like, and you
went.
probably was like, I'm gonna sip this, but I ain't about to get drunk.
Yeah, because I ain't about to go home and I'm not about to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited that I was able to come to this. So you think I'm about to mess that up? Absolutely not. But it most definitely affected how I decided to raise my son, very non-traditional, with absolutely hardly any rules.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense because I don't think that when coming up, I never noticed that stuff about you. I knew you was like a good student and a great student. Opposite of what I was, I didn't really try to be a good student actually until high school. But again, it was the atmosphere I was in, the environment. Everybody was trying to do well, so it made me want to do well. But I don't think I ever paid attention until we got older, as far as what made us the way we are, as far as when it comes to how we do things now in life and raising our kids, and that it stems off of how our parents did things. So I remember when they brought that car home. Was it white?
Yes.
I remember that car.
Pontiac Sunbird. It was white.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that. I don't even think, I think I knew that you had to pay something, but we was like,
I was in 11th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's wild. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, I was in 11th grade.
Because a lot of people wait until their child is like graduated out of high school, going to college or working, that you like, hey, now your responsibility start, but your responsibility started in the 11th grade.
Yep.
And you've been working ever since.
Yes. 33 years. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I am tired. That's why I look like this, because I am tired. Did y'all hear that?
I get it. I didn't start working until after high school, but I'm trying to think now in 11th grade. That's the difference. I wasn't thinking about no job, and they wasn't trying to make me work because everything about us was about church. So how could I work?
Right.
Because we was going to church multiple times during the week. They wasn't gonna choose no job over church, you know. So now the opposite again. Now I'm like, I ain't going to no church. I mean, I go visit. I went to church this past Sunday, but like making it my entire life, discipleship over membership for me.
I like that. Discipleship over membership.
Discipleship over membership for me, and that's my theme for the year. Actually, that's how I'm like, because I watched our movie again. I watched it 3 times.
The Forge.
Yeah, and Yeah, discipleship over membership. I want lives to be changed through
Your ministries.
Yes.
With the S.
with everything that I do.
Mhm.
I don't want it to be like I used to be like I invited you to church when we was kids. Come go to church with me. Come go to church with me. You came, but was it like uh I want your life to be changed situation, or I want you to know God? It was come go to
Come
church
go
with
to
me.
church, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you came to church with me many times.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like
Yeah.
a memorable, I remember you coming. That was it. Probably, I think one time was to meet a boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember one time specifically was for the boy.
It was to meet somebody.
Yep, I remember that.
But yeah.
But I remember your mother cutting the eye for me to stand up.
Did she?
Yes. And I wanted to cry on the inside because I'm like, she know I do not want to go through this.
Did she look
She
back
cut
at
the
you?
eye. Yes. And it was just like,
did you stand up?
I did. Cause again, what was I gonna do? Get the eye cut at me and not stand up and then risk getting in trouble later? Absolutely
she wasn't gonna
not.
get it. You wasn't. She was probably
She was gonna talk.
She was gonna fuss.
Yeah. So to me, that was enough. So,
really?
Yeah, I remember that distinctively.
I do not remember.
It was the same time with the boy.
Did he stand up?
No. It was just me.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You were sitting next to him.
Yeah. In like the fourth row. I remember, like, it's so many little things that I don't remember, but I remember that.
She turned and looked at you.
Yeah, she gave the eye. And I was like, oh, is this for real?
Okay, so you know what she used to turn and look at me in church and do? You know what that means, right? That's probably why I put myself together today.
Yes.
Because she would turn and look at us and be like, put something on your lips. Put something on the lips, some lip gloss, something. She was just like, and maybe that's why I am like this, because she was like, always look presentable and presentable to whatever her eyes was. Mm-hmm. So now, I sat at the table today, weak. I'm still weak. I haven't had no food in I don't know how many hours. And I put myself together because I can imagine her looking at me going, I know you're not about to go put yourself out to the world with them dry lips.
I guess that's the only time that I can say where I was not obedient with my mom with that, because she'd be like, that's what you gonna wear, that's what you look like. Mm-hmm, yeah.
That is funny.
Sure is. You ready to go?
Yeah. Our mothers kept themselves together until the final day. Mm-hmm. To the last day. Mm-hmm. And that was one thing that they had in common. To the last day. So, yeah.
Both our parents, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen your dad just dressed down.
You never will. You never will. Yeah.
I've never seen my dad in pajamas.
Really?
Never.
That's interesting.
I've never seen my father in pajamas.
Even growing up?
I do not recall.
He was always dressed when he came out?
He was always dressed.
Wow. And I'm sure that has something to do with when he was younger.
Probably so. But yep, he's always been dressed.
You've never seen that man in pajamas?
I've never seen that man in pajamas.
I've seen my dad in pajamas.
I've seen him with a robe on, with some jogging pants or something, like a t-shirt or something with a robe. Like, that's about as close as it's gotten to like lounge. Yeah. But you know how, like, I'm sure in some households, the men may have walked around like in boxers and stuff, because I see that on the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but absolutely not.
Yeah,
yeah. Never.
No, my dad is. They're definitely. My daddy wore dress shoes to the basketball game. He always.
If we were to pop up to my dad's house right now, he would be fully dressed with shoes on.
Really?
In his house. He's stay ready. That's him. He missed the stay ready. He ain't got to get ready. He's staying ready.
So he probably put his pajamas on right before he get ready to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And the people like me, I can't lounge around in even this. I have to throw on some t-shirt and some shorts or sweatpants or pajamas. You know, wow, you've never seen that man in pajamas.
Nope. Never seen him in pajamas. Yeah, I'm always lounging.
Yeah. My dad, girl, I got him some. Well, my sister got him some dress shoes for Christmas, but we got a soft sole shoe because my daddy is the Gator man. You know, we from Detroit.
I mean, you from Detroit.
You wear Gators.
You wear Gators.
And with his illness, we didn't want his balance to be off, so we got some soft sole dress shoes. This man was like, I mean, I could wear my shoes now. I said, well, it's probably not good for you to, you know, we trying to go back and forth. And I said, Daddy, you know, just wear these shoes. He's like, well, I ain't gonna have my dress shoes on, but for like 2 hours. And in 2 hours, you can fall.
He like, well, it's worth every minute.
He don't care
of me taking a chance with
he
my Gators.
He like, I'm just gonna, I don't know. Sitting here reminiscing, talking about our parents just shows me so many different things. Like, I'm learning even more things, even though we've been friends for 30 years, I'm learning even more, understanding why we do things that we do the way we do them. And it's just, you know how they say break generational curses, but are all the generational things bad? Do you see as what they did trained you was bad, or do you think it helped you in life?
I think it helped me in life.
Yeah.
I think it helped me in life. Like, when it comes to being a responsible adult,
yeah,
I would be the poster child. You know what I'm saying? Like, in their eyes, like, I'm pretty sure if me saying I wanted to please my parents, like, I accomplished that because to them, I did all of the things accordingly that they would have wanted me to outside of graduating, getting a college degree, like not metaphysical, but you know, from an accredited university.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I have the job that fits the college degree overrules the college degree. So to them, it's just like,
and we've said this before, Takesha, like, you're the daughter that they, and I don't know if I can't remember what we said about me, but they didn't worry about. I think they didn't worry about you like that because you did follow the rules. You did do what they wanted you to do, and it could be an older daughter thing too. I don't know, but I sent you that video a couple weeks ago, and I said, watch this if you can. But the young lady, and you probably don't remember, she was doing her makeup at the same time.
Oh yeah, I was distracted.
Yeah, you was distracted by that. You was like, it's too much going on in this. I'm like, that's why you just.
I was just like, I was trying to just listen.
But she talks a lot about that, trying to do everything right, which is why she's probably so meticulous now with how she does things. But she hate, like, on the internet, you know how they call people auntie. She don't like people to call her auntie because she's the oldest of multiple siblings, and she's always been like kind of the one that mothered them. And she's like, don't call me auntie, you know, and she sticks by those boundaries. And people do it, you know, internet meme. They'll do it anyway. Why you want to be called auntie? You like our Auntie Jackie. She doesn't want to be called auntie because of how she grew up. She just like, you know, I want to stick, people don't want to respect my boundaries, and I'm going to stand on that. I'm not going to give in on letting you all treat me like I'm everybody's mother or auntie, because I'm not. I'm my own person now. I'm not mothering these kids. And I just be like, oh, you're the mothering one. We talked about that before.
I don't mind being auntie, but I think it's just who I am in general. So I don't mind it. I'll be
You don't
auntie.
feel like that put a lot of extra pressure on you to not mind being that, because you take on roles that kind of get heavy?
I don't know how not to. It's what I've done my whole life. that I don't know what it's like
To not.
to not.
Have you tried to not?
I don't know how, because it's just what I've always done. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like what you do, like, how do you not do what you do?
Mm.
And I don't, because it's what I do, is to me, like somebody else may be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, that's just too much. But to me, it's not too much because it's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's my normal. So it doesn't even, it's just like, oh, okay, here we go.
Mm.
So I don't.
You don't know. You don't know how to shut it off if you try, basically.
Yeah. I don't even think I would want to try because I almost feel like it's my role.
Mm. Mm.
So to not have that role, I will almost feel like purposeless, like I would just be wandering.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I understand
And
that.
when I'm full, like now I'm full, so I do shut back a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but not 100%.
That's what I was going to say. Like, do you think it add on to the heaviness feeling of when you going through stuff because you have this role that you don't or can't shut off?
No,
Okay.
because when I am, like, I had a meeting with someone on Tuesday. It took everything out of me to get ready to go and meet with the young lady, but I felt good knowing that I was helping her.
Mm-hmm.
So that overrode what I was
What you was
going
feeling,
through
yeah.
until I got back home. You know, so while I'm helping, it's just it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why it's just like, you know, I take it on and I do it and it don't be no big deal. But yeah, it's just.
Listen, y'all probably looking at us like y'all just talking about any and everything. But I feel like me and you just sit here having a regular conversation, like what we always do. But you know, because of what we like, maybe feeling or going through, it's just, you know. So I hope that somebody is understanding and being helped. And if you know somebody who can relate to this, now's your time to share the video with them. Because you may have a friend or yourself that always, you know, feel heavy, or, you know, not always, because you don't always feel heavy, but it's a heavy season. And when I say season, I know you're going to come out of it. You know, we don't know when, but, you know, I know you're going to come out of it because you've had heavy seasons before. I have too, and I just always be like, okay, I'll be ready when I get through it. Like, I'm ready to be through it. And so, like I said, now's your time to share with somebody, because y'all probably looking like y'all just talking about anything. But yeah, I mean, this is how it is. When I start thinking back to like my childhood and why I do the things I do, why do I make the decisions I make? You know, things like I said, I'm not feeling well, and just thinking about pushing through and all that, I don't be wanting to push through. Yesterday and today is one of them days I really want to lay in the bed.
So why didn't you reach out and use your resources for assistance?
Because my kid does so much that I kind of like don't want to be a bother to people, especially at the last minute. And the people that, you know, can do it, like my sister, she live on the other side of town. I don't want to call her at the last minute. She got her son and she got to do stuff. So I'm just like, you know, every time I drove somewhere, I literally let my seat back like, and then last night it was just like, I can't take it no more. I just fell into bed. And I mean, I feel like I have resources, but at the same time, I feel like I got to do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think most women feel like that. I think a lot of times we feel like that, where we feel like we have to do it, even though we have resources out there. But I think we need to come out of feeling like that we have to do these things. Because even if you would have called me and told me to Uber over here and I used your car and played and,
Yeah.
taxi cab driver.
I know you would have, but
But I'm just saying, like, but we just take it on and we do it ourselves.
Yeah.
I have always been like that, where to be like, I'm in my receiving stage now, so it's a lot easier for me to receive the help. But it took my whole life
for that to happen,
to get here.
Why we get to almost 50 for that to happen?
Like, and I'm happy to be in this stage of my life, but that is the thing where it's just like we don't want to be a burden. And I think that for whatever reason, we have that in our head psychologically, because no one has ever said that to us. Like, because it's like, if you ask somebody and they don't want to do it, they say no, and then you move on.
Yeah.
But the first step is actually asking.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh, okay, well, they can't do it. So then, okay, like, you push through and you do what you have to do. But I know I rarely, if ever, ask for help.
Yeah. I feel like, so you've been single mama for almost
30
years. I'm single, but I still have the other. So sometimes I just feel like, asking other people bothers me.
I understand that.
Bothers me when I feel like sometimes
because you should be co-parenting versus outsourcing.
Yeah, and not saying that I don't have a co-parenting situation. I do, but most of it falls, on me because it just do. I don't, but I would rather it be offered like, is any extra help needed this week? You know what I'm saying? Is any,
that sounds like a dream. I can't even imagine hearing that.
I know people that do that though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, okay, because like you preface it, like 30 years, like, what?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine it now.
Yeah. I know. Because you ain't never had nothing close to that. And I get assistance with like pickups and things like that, sometimes, but I just look at other co-parenting situations with people and I'll be like, that would be the dream co-parenting situation for me. If I could put it in a box and say, this is how, so nobody is tired. Everything is just kind of, even. And I haven't asked for it, just because I just haven't. But I just feel like some things that come natural to me should just be natural, period. And it's not.
No, it's not. And I've had to learn that in all aspects of my life, that certain things that I think is just understood natural 101 is like not even on another person's radar at all.
Yeah.
I have a lot of 80-20 relationships.
I get it. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. And then with your child is 100 zero.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though his father is trying to, come in.
Yeah, now it's different, but now he a grown man, so it doesn't it don't matter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's irrelevant now what he does, because my son grown. Yeah. So it's whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. I think it's healthy for my kids to see us getting along, which they do, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no drama or anything like that. But like the behind the scenes, I wish that we just was kind of equal when it come to just all this stuff. And he probably think that we are equal. You know what I'm saying? But literally on a daily, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. My and then when it was two,
Yeah, because they've always been active.
they've been very, very active.
Mhm.
And when I do like sometimes now I don't even know that I'm not relaxed. You know, you could be sitting in the chair thinking you're relaxing. But until I actually be like, the Holy Spirit be like, relax your shoulders, and I relax. I'm like, dang, I didn't even realize I was tensed up like that. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mhm.
you laying in the bed and you thinking you in the bed relaxing and your body's still stiff because your mind is on so many different things that you have to do or you have to accomplish and that's going on. And I'm like, dang, I'm in the bed, but I'm still not relaxed, which is sometimes why I wake up still tired because your body is so tense. And it's like, man,
I never have that.
I do. Yeah.
When I get to my bed, that's just like my hey baby. Let it all out. I love that bed. That's my place.
That's my place too, but I don't even realize that it's only been like recently that I realized it though. It's like the voice tell me relax. And I'd be like, I'm laying down. Then I just let my shoulder, I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I don't have a care in the world
When
when
you
I
in
hit
that
that
bed.
bed. House could be
Yeah.
on fire. I'm in the bed. We good.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's always been my sanctuary.
You feel completely relaxed every time.
Completely every time. Every time. So when I be in like how I am now, like I literally can't wait to go
Get in your
home.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I position my covers just cause so when I get home and take this off, that it's just gonna be like, hey baby, come on and get in and relax.
What?
Yes.
Girl, no. I know I've had some comfortable nights, don't get me wrong, but when you know, dealing with my kids on the daily and thinking about, oh, I gotta do this, drop off, it's a little easier now that my son is in college. But even still today, he texts me about some bill that's due. I'm like, whew, child. So I'm like, you always my mind is always on them.
Yeah.
And what I gotta do for them. Maybe I'll relax a little more when she graduates and she starts, because it's a little easier with just her here, just a little easier. But even him, he called me on everything. Yesterday, I was getting my hair retwisted, and he FaceTimed me, and the young lady thought he was about to ask me for something. And me and him was just talking. We hung up. She said, I thought he was about to ask you for something. I said, no, I'm literally his best friend. I said, he gonna call me about stuff, but I said, but when it comes to, I read this, explain this to me, what you think? All of that be on my mind too. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get, like they taught you early in 11th grade. Now I'm trying to teach how to prepare for life, how to read and understand and comprehend this stuff. And that be on my mind. I can't, my shoulders be like this. And then I hear that voice be like, relax. It's everything. I always say this, there's never been a day everything haven't worked out. There's never been a day everything has not worked out. No matter what we feel or going through, it's going to work out. I believe that. So I drop them shoulders and relax, and I'll be like, ooh, you're right.
Yeah, my parents I was left out hung to dry. Like you gonna figure it out. It wasn't even no going to them. It was just I was just gonna figure it out.
Well, mine did too. I don't feel like my daddy is top, just like your daddy. They top notch, take care of their business, But I don't really remember them sitting down teaching me about, I know I figured a lot of stuff out, and I don't want my kids to have to figure out certain things about taking care of business. I don't want y'all credit to be jacked up because you didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
don't want you to, be out here with 400 credit score because nobody explained it to you. what it is or why it's important. It's done for us to have, but we have it. I want you to understand why, it's better to pay these bills instead of letting them stack up. And then you gotta, when they come, you tired, but go ahead and, I just want them to understand basic things that I wasn't taught. My daddy paid the bills and we ain't see them. We ain't know nothing about no shut off notices until I got my own place. They be like, oh, this bill only $70. I can pay it later. And then them 70 keep adding up. I'm like, I don't want them to, I want them some basic life principles I'm teaching. And I know that's what be on my mind. Like, did I teach them this? Did I teach them that? Did I? And yeah, it's a lot. So
yeah, parenting is tough.
it is. It is. And there is no answers to anything.
It's no rule book. It's something that I know now how, like, this time last year, I was just like, I'll do it again. I'm okay. I don't want to do it again.
You sure was like, I will have another one if he want to have one.
I don't even want no more.
Takesha changed from month to month.
I don't. I was just like...
Don't say that because there's power in your words.
It is. So I do not want to invite another human in my life to love. I am at capacity on love. I don't want to love anybody else.
You think it's painful?
Very much so. I don't have one person in my life that I love that hasn't hurt my feelings. And I know that that's just a part of it.
That's what I was going to say. You don't think
that's just I don't want that part. So I'm okay. I'm going to just keep letting the folks that's in my life, I'm just going to keep letting y'all hurt my feelings. But I ain't invite no newbie in. I am okay. I'm at capacity. That's my 2025. I am at capacity. I can't take nothing else.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Before I used to even have the desire, I don't even have the desire because, like, I used to think about it regularly. I mean, I talked about it almost every week on here. Now it's just like a thing of the past. And then I was just like really thinking about it. And I was just like, oh, I'm like, this is why. Like, I don't want to go through that experience. And it's going to happen because it's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hurt people even when you don't do it intentionally.
That's what
I'm super sensitive. So I am okay, sir. So if you looking and you think you want to comment,
now he gonna come.
It's okay.
When you don't want him.
He ain't coming. I got a pact with the Lord above. We good.
Takesha, you did so now you're like,
no. I want to be by myself and look out the window and see like some water, and I'm just on my bed sipping some tea, and I just look around and my room clean, and I'm like, this is the life. That's what I want. Not look over and this man still sleep and he wants some breakfast or
the people who watch this weekly that have seen this transition from I'm waiting on my man,
right, future husband,
to future husband to this, I'm probably like, what?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just wanted to be me. I've never experienced that before. I just wanted to be me. I had a short little bit when my son went away to school, but I just want that now where it's just like absolutely no concern about
somebody
another
else.
Human.
That's never going to be with you though. You always going to be concerned about other humans because that's just who you are. Adding one more is not going to
No, but if it's like that, like I can be concerned about you, but you're not in my house. You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't get to just be carefree. Like I want to know what that's like. So I want to step into that version of me. I thought I wanted to step into the preparing for a wife. Nah, I was preparing for my indefinite singleness. Okay. I want to be like, oh, I'm taking a trip every month by myself.
I was speaking to a young lady this morning that's going through a divorce very similar to the way mine was. And I told her, I said, you need to learn how to be by yourself. I said, start dating yourself. I said, date yourself. Do the things that, find out what you enjoy. Take trips. Go to restaurants that you've never been to. I'm like, and take a journal. I'm like, that's what I literally did, is started dating myself to learn how to be by myself. And I'm okay being by myself. That's why I said I'd go either way. Either way. If you come out and be like, okay, thank you, Lord, but if you don't, but I've had those moments where I was by myself before I had kids and I lived alone, and so I get it, because you've never really lived alone or anything. So yeah, I've had those times. Do I remember them much? No, but I've had those moments. So now
my life, I feel like, has always to a certain degree been dedicated to someone else.
Yeah, I could see that.
And as a mom, you probably never really lose that. But I don't want to bring in another human, and now I'm dedicating my life to ex future husband.
After you've experienced it, though, for a while, because I think you have to have the experience. After you've experienced it, just like your mind changed this last year, it may change again.
Love is it's too painful. Love is too painful. Like, no, you cannot have my number. No. No. I don't even want to love grandkids. No. I'm okay with love. I'm good.
This is
the no love episode.
I was about to say, like, this is, they like, dang, like, she went from my man to my future husband to, I don't want love. Love is painful.
Yeah.
And I'm letting her talk because I know it's coming from a place of pain right now. But I believe that once you have the experience of,
it's going to come with hurt, though. It's going to come with hurt.
Why do you think it's going to come with hurt?
Because I don't have one person in my life that has not hurt me. So future husband going to automatically be the one? That's not realistic.
I think it's unrealistic to think that anybody's going to be perfect.
Right. So, because I know no one is going to be perfect, I'm not going to let them in my life with their imperfections, because I'm okay. Like, I don't want to keep enduring pain from love.
I get that. Now that I get, because when I think back on the relationships I had, maybe that's why I'm okay either way, because when I think each situation, I'm like, I could have avoided that feeling and that pain if I had took the right path. Not saying I think my path is for me to be alone. I don't know. But I don't want to believe that there is not a person that can love me in the way that you're supposed to be loved in a marriage. I'm not going to say relationship, because we've been said boyfriend, girlfriend don't count. But I'm going to have to believe the love that I have for God, that the only way that I'm not going to feel that hurt, not that they're not going to hurt my feelings if they say something, but the hurt and pain that I felt in the past, I don't believe I'm going to feel that again. I believe that we can disagree, but in that disagreement, we still going to love each other. That's what I've seen growing up. That's why I believe it, I think. Because even with my parents who were married 59 years, I know my mama probably got on his nerves, and I know he probably got on her nerves. And they probably hurt each other's feelings. But even in that, for 59 years, I never seen him not be a husband to her, and a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I never seen her not be a good wife to him. So whatever pain they was feeling to death do us part to the time she took her last breath, I've witnessed it. So, and I believe that's because they were, for real, my father's fully immersed in what God says. And unless there's somebody like that, I don't want it. That's the only way, because hurting my feelings, like you hurting my feelings, I think will be the hurt and pain that I felt. I don't want to feel that, but like disagreeing with me or what, that's not going to hurt my feelings now because of where I am. But if you fully love God and surrender to him, I'm believing for me that you're not going to bring me pain that's going to be so painful that I don't want to feel that. I done had that. I get
And
it.
I think, like, back to how we said our upbringings, like I've seen that with my friends' parents, but not in my family.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes a difference.
Yeah.
You've seen it though.
But in my friends. So I don't know, like, if that counts. It's kind of like how you come on today and you put your makeup on and we doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in a household to see a loving couple, even though my parents were married. Like, I believe I was in my 20s when they got divorced, but they didn't function like that. So that's not what I saw. And I didn't see that extended. And most of the women on my father's side of the family are single.
I think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Then. That makes a huge difference. So it's hard for you to believe that you can have that if you've never actually lived it.
Right. Because I haven't seen it outside of my life or in my life, so to speak. Like, I didn't see it with the couples. Like, all of the couples I saw have left me, like, either they're divorced or they probably should be. I'm just saying.
I get it. But that's one of the things that I wish that my parents had poured into me. Like, what they did, I saw it and I wanted it, which is why I made the decisions to get married, because I saw it. But unless you have a heart for God, like my daddy do, people have dogged this man as pastor and done things even to his daughters, and he still show love to people. I'm like, there's nobody but God that will allow you to be that way. Like, literally. I know that. But instead of, they showed me, but they didn't teach me, this is, what you want to look for. Show me, tell me, I was just doing it because from the surface level, you think, oh, you go to church, you love God. Because that's what I thought. But until I educated myself on, now I know why my stuff didn't work. Now I know why theirs did. Because people will probably think that he's a weak man, but he ain't. He's like the strongest man of character that I know. You know what I'm saying? And that character reflected in the marriage. And I saw that, but I didn't understand it when I was choosing. So even though you've seen it, you haven't experienced it, but I believe that you will know that it can exist. hurt and pain and like somebody hurting your feelings, like it's a natural part of life, and I get it. You're like, I don't ever want to feel that. No, I don't want to feel that. But I believe that the pain or hurt that we felt or that you felt, you won't feel that if it happens for you.
It's not. We're coming on a close. I'm okay. I promise you I'm okay.
I get that you feeling like that right now. I get it. I get that you feeling like that right now. I get it. But I don't want you to be discouraged or somebody else who watching to be discouraged. Like, yep, I understand what she's saying because I don't.
But if this is our truth, it's okay.
It's not your truth.
It is my truth. I don't believe that everybody is supposed to be with somebody. And I think that that's okay. I never saw my mother in a relationship like what she wanted, ideal, and she's deceased. Mm-hmm. So everybody doesn't get that, and that's okay. I'm not saying for all the viewers to be like high-fiving me, but at the same time, I don't think that there's anything wrong with the people who consciously decide that they don't want to be in a relationship for whatever their reasons are.
I get that. That makes sense. It does. It makes sense. What y'all think? What y'all think? Hey, today was a good conversation, friend. It was a little heavy at times, but that was a good conversation. And we want to know what y'all think about this. Because we got two different opinions on this. We want to know in y'all comments, what do you think for yourself and just in life? Do you think it's meant for everybody to be with somebody, or if you consciously make a decision that you want to be, like if somebody try to get your number, you're going to be like, no?
Absolutely, I'm going to be like, no.
Okay, she's I get it. You like, no.
Oh, boy, that I love could send me a DM right now and I'm going to swipe and delete. I'm okay.
You would delete him?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, my God. Listen, we want y'all to like, subscribe. On that, look, I'm done after that because I know how you love him. We like, subscribe, share with a friend. Tell us what you think in the comments. This was a great conversation. Listen, if y'all have topics y'all want us to discuss, let us know, and we will see y'all next week.